Major components to check during a home inspection. I like to start from the top down. So from the roof, I want to know when was it last replaced. I want to know the material that was used, and I want to know if it was permitted when it was done. Sometimes there's asphalt shingles with paper underneath. Sometimes it's a flat roof. Sometimes it's concrete or clay tiles, which last a lot longer, but the paper underneath them can still wear out after 30 years and become dry and brittle and cause leaks. So I want to know all that information. Then I want to hire a termite inspector. This is number 2, termite or pest inspector, to see if there's any termite activity, because termites can damage the structure of your home. And typically there's 2 types of termites: drywood above ground or subterranean below ground. And they both eat the wood of your home, but they're treated differently. Drywood can be treated with fumigation, and subterranean needs to be trenched and baited and trapped. So I want to know what kind of termite or pest activity are in the home. Then I want to move inside the house and hire a general home inspector who's going to look at the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing of the home. Mechanical is typically the HVAC or heating, ventilation, and air conditioning of the home. Electrical is like the electrical wiring of your house and the electrical junction boxes or the electrical panel for the house. I want to see if there's any circuits that are overheating or any wiring that's done incorrectly or double spliced or anything like that. And maybe the material used is obsolete. It could be aluminum wires, which they don't use anymore. They don't recommend them because I think they're a safety hazard. But nonetheless, I want to know what the electrical situation is. And then the plumbing, I want to see, number 1, is the plumbing leaking in any areas? Or was the material used obsolete or rusty like galvanized steel? Or is it now copper, which is typically still acceptable? Or is it PEX, which is the newest thing today, but maybe there's something newer by the time that you watch this video? I want to know what the material is and if it's leaking anywhere. Then we move down to the foundation of the home. I want to see if it's been compromised in any way. Are there any major cracks in the foundation? And then the inspector should be able to point out to you what's considered a major crack and what's considered a normal crack, because all concrete typically cracks after a while, but you want to know what's major and what's not major. And then I also want to know if the concrete foundation or whatever the foundation material might be is leaking or not from the ground. I want to make sure that if it rains, I'm not going to be absorbing a lot of water under the house. Then from the foundation, I want to hire a sewer technician or a plumber or a camera technician to run a camera through my sewer line all the way out to the city main or into the septic tank to see if there's any root intrusions or offsets in the sewer line or breakages in the sewer line, because that's going to create major problems with blockages that are going to bring water back into the house, and we don't want that. Lastly, number 8, if your home is in an association or in a community, I want to inspect the association budget, bylaws, declarations. I want to know, are they on budget? Are they raising enough money from assessments to cover their obligations, or are the obligations more than the assessments? Should we expect future increases in the assessments or any special assessments to cover major projects coming up? I want to read the meeting minutes from the association over the last 6 to 12 months to see what people in the association have been talking about. Are there any common complaints or issues that are going on? And there are single-family associations and condo associations and townhouse associations alike. So I want to investigate all of those. Natural hazard disclosure report will tell you if the property is in a high hazard area, such as wildfires, earthquakes, or floods, or if there's been any environmental hazards in the area. And lastly, the title report or the preliminary title report will tell you who has a claim to ownership in the property, what easements may exist on the property, or what liens may exist on the property, and you want to make sure that that's clear before you buy the property. I hope this helps. So that's 10 total.